We haven't even gotten on track yet, but there's a lot going on here at IMSA. John Doonan, IMSA president. It's 2025.
Can you believe it?
How did we end up here, by the way? We didn't plan the goatees going on. I don't know what's happening there. Grace here, Jonathan Grace.
I missed the mission brief.
I don't know if he can actually grow a beard yet. He's that young, but we're here. Daytona International Speedway 2025 season WeatherTech SportsCar Championship. It's finally here. We do a lot of these walk and talks with you throughout the year. You said, let's start here in the International Hairpin because it means a lot to you. And usually it's the two of us talking. Got a new member of the team.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We're thrilled to have you. And the work you've been doing on SportsCar 365 is remarkable. And we're glad to add you to these walk and talks. You're going to get a lot of steps, and hopefully 3 races in, you might have a goatee as well.
Oh, thank you. I brought my walking shoes, and I am very, very happy to be here.
Good.
So why don't we pause for a second in the walking in this famous International Hairpin, as it is called, and it's called that for a reason. You look at all of the flags behind us here. This is what international endurance racing, domestic sports car racing is about. You love this corner.
I do, and it all started February 4th, 1979. I was watching in a cold house outside in Chicago, and that was my first one to watch. The network that was going to cover the first live Daytona 500 was doing some practice using the 24-hour race, and they had these hourly updates, and it really captivated me. Of course, I was around racing all my life, but that really, I think, sucked me into IMSA and the passion for this form of the sport. And there's 30 flags. There's exactly 30 flags of different countries, because in the field for the 63rd running of the Rolex 24 next weekend, we have 30 different countries represented in the drivers. Of course, Rolex celebrating their 33rd year as the entitlement partner, now the official timepiece of the series. And every one of those drivers, 236 of them to be exact, have come here with one thing in mind, and that is to put on a Rolex Daytona Cosmograph timepiece after 24 hours. And for me, I don't know about you, it makes my hair stand up that we're at this moment for our sport and also at this place, because for me, no matter what country they're from, no matter what brand they're representing, what language they speak, when they come here, they're speaking passion for endurance, and they're speaking about wanting to win not only that Rolex 24 prize, but the first round of the IMSA WeatherTech SportsCar Championship.
A big family. You were also mentioning how many transporters are getting parked here. Tell folks the number.
Yeah,
it's silly.
It's nearly as many drivers. It's 208 transporters between the WeatherTech Championship, IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge, the BP Racing Sports Car Challenge, and of course the Whelen MX5 Cup.
Oh, and there's something else. First time ever, IMSA Classic HSR is going to be here racing just prior to the Rolex 24. We love ourselves some historic sports car racing, so we love that as well. 2023 was the year of IMSA GTP. 24 was the year of GT, new models, new energy there. What do you think 2025 is going to be remembered as?
Well, I think you're seeing it in interviews by the drivers, whether it was the NBC preseason preview last week or earlier in the month, or written word that you all are covering in racer.com or SportsCar 365, is the competition level that is in the IMSA WeatherTech SportsCar Championship, certainly in the Rolex 24, is at an all-time high. So those 236 drivers want to be here. They want to be among the best, which was the vision of Bill France to have this event in the first place, bring the best drivers from around the world. And then, of course, they want the crown of the Bishop France Trophy, which is what the winners of the IMSA WeatherTech SportsCar Championship receive. So competition level, all-time high. Second for me, no doubt, is audience growth. We've seen a pickup certainly on our NBC Sports platforms, whether it's NBC Network, USA, or Peacock. But definitely, and all the international flags behind us, is that YouTube broadcast, over doubling our YouTube subscriptions to start from a year ago, where we are now. and we didn't even have the Rolex 24 at that time in the YouTube availability. So what I'm seeing is a rocket launch, hopefully next weekend and for the rest of the season.
I think it's one of the beautiful things is, in truly the spirit of being international, you can be an IMSA fan from anywhere. You can follow along with the Rolex 24 from anywhere, and I think that's such an exciting thing. On top of that, IMSA is launching a couple new initiatives. One of those is a new way to follow along via audio with your new podcast.
Yeah, the IMSA Endurance Hour podcast, hosted by Matt Yoakum, our friend who also does work with NBC.
We love Matt Yoakum.
Very excited about the podcast. It's hosted out of the NASCAR Broadcast and Production Center in Concord, which is right next to the NASCAR R&D Center. State-of-the-art facility, but with the drivers and the teams there in the Charlotte market and all over the country, you're going to hear and see behind-the-scenes stories from drivers, manufacturers, members of the media. You all may get called up to make the prediction on the season or on a particular race or give your insights. And so incredibly proud of that. And I think the vision is to boost up the whole sport. So at the end of those episodes, you're going to hear Matt say, for more information, go to IMSA.com. Listen to Marshall Pruitt and Graham Goodwin This Week in Sports Cars. Listen to Jonathan and John DeGeese on the Double Stint podcast. Listen to Midweek Motorsports, because I think a rising tide lifts all boats in this case, and our fans have shown us that they want to take in our content in a variety of ways all the time.
And that's on YouTube, IMSA's YouTube channel, and socials as well. And there's more new stuff coming as well, Jonathan. A major initiative that this guy here, honestly, if we're talking passion projects, this is something that you launched in your former life, running Mazda Motorsports. You fleshed out a really cool new thing that's coming here starting Friday.
That's correct.
Yeah, the IMSA STEM initiative. I'm really curious to hear a little bit more about it because I know it's been near and dear to your heart. You're going to be hosting students here at Daytona.
That's right.
What are we going to see?
Well, thanks to Gainbridge and our longtime partners, Konica Minolta, we've been able to put together for 2025 6 at-track experiences for top students from around the market that we're racing in. So here tomorrow, Volusia County students, top students from Volusia County around Daytona Beach will be on site. They'll engage with teams, they'll engage with IMSA engineers, IMSA partners, Bosch, Michelin, you name it, to understand that what's happening in the classroom is actually relevant. And they can put that to use, whether it's algebra, calculus, physics, chemistry. So very excited about that because for me, and there'll be, I think, close to 4,500 or 5,000 Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts here this weekend. That's our future. That's our future for our sport and certainly our industry. So we're thrilled, and eventually there's an online portal that will launch, I believe, in March, thanks to a company called Everfi, where all the content for students and educators will be IMSA related. So really, really pumped about the new program there on STEM and certainly the podcast. And again, with all the flags behind us, you got drivers coming from all over the world.
Yeah, it really is a who's who event. Do yourself a favor at home and open up the entry list because it is impressive. You have NTT IndyCar Series talent, you have NASCAR Cup Series talent, Australian Supercar talent, you name it, they're here at Daytona.
Yeah, and I think, again, you know, when Bill France Sr. envisioned this event first, and then, of course, when he worked with John and Peggy Bishop to establish IMSA, it was about bringing the best of the best together. So, you know, 6-time IndyCar champion Scott Dixon, of course, won this race 4 times, 4 Rolexes, probably wears them on both ankles after a while, both wrists. But, you know, Scotty McLaughlin, you mentioned Supercars, Shane Van Gisbergen, Connor Zilic, Parker Klingerman, now a Daytona 500 winner, Austin Cindric, jumps in a Ford Mustang GT3. So it is the best of the best. And then from sports car talent, I'm not sure you're going to find any better than what's on that entry list.
I'm going to hit you with 2 more things. One of them a surprise. So in a upcoming issue of Road and Track magazine, AJ Baim, author of Ford versus Ferrari and many other massive motor racing themed books, is going to be doing a feature here behind the scenes, corner workers, the volunteers who come out here in the rain, the heat, the wind, you name it, the flaggers, communications, safety folks, that infrastructure that makes racing possible. He's going to go behind the scenes, see what it's like doing that for 24 hours. IMSA partnering with the Sports Car Club of America, dear to our hearts. Y'all talking about training modules on the STEM side. You've created one here for volunteer corner workers to get some more youth and vibrancy there as well. Tell us about that, because we stock this place with volunteer corner workers.
Yeah, similar to the men and women that greet people at the front gate and my teammates at Daytona International Speedway that make this event happen. There's no chance without Sports Car Club of America corner marshals that we could run this event. Every corner station is filled with folks in white. In addition to all the data on the dashboard, the drivers are taking in input from the flaggers on situations on track, and so as soon as I was able to earn the position here at IMSA, I got with Mike Cobb, president of SCCA, my longtime friend, and Eric Prill, also a longtime friend, to establish these training modules to give people an opportunity to know what corner marshaling is all about, but then take it another level and earn an IMSA certification. So go to scca.com to figure out how you can get
closer to the action. The only thing closer is driving the cars.
Yeah, exactly. And then candidly, when you think about apexes, turn 6, when they go back out onto the banking, you might as well be on the apex as a corner marshal.
Well, it's really cool because between the STEM initiative, the volunteer efforts here, you can not only be a fan of the sport, but you can actually be a part of it. And I think that's something that's pretty unique to IMSA.
Yeah, no doubt. And I'm getting a lot more incoming requests from students on how can I be an intern. You get requests like you mentioned on how do I become a corner marshal, how can I get closer to the action. And I feel like we're providing those opportunities in a very authentic way.
All right, we're going to close. I don't know if it's a tease. I mean, I wrote about it. A couple of manufacturers. We think there aren't many manufacturers that aren't here, John. And during your presidency, it has absolutely exploded. But I know you can't say who and what and when, but I do know you get calls, manufacturers saying, hey, if we wanted to book a reservation for 2 or 4 or something, 2026, 27, 28, I know your phone's blown up. Without betraying confidences, can you at least give folks an idea here to close? There's a lot of interest. The 208 transporters that are getting parked, we're going to be getting to 220, 230, 250 if we're not careful.
We may need a parking garage for the garage area, but the public ones, so happy to welcome our longtime partners at Hyundai, 5-time TCR manufacturer champions in Pilot Challenge with the Genesis brand. They've made it public. They've shown a rendering of the car that they're coming. So Cyril Abiteboul and the entire team at now Genesis, Hyundai Motorsport, thrilled to welcome them. Obviously, we're going to be hearing the sweet sound of the V12, Aston Martin Valkyrie at Sebring. So those we know are coming. Thrilled to know, and I certainly have been reading the articles that you all have been putting out that Zach Brown and his teammates at McLaren are looking at the top category. So can't wait to see what the Papaya Army has in store. What an awesome story for them. North America is a massively important market for them on the road car side. So, for me, what better platform to tell your story than in amongst the best and the most competitive sports car championship. And then, of course, saw your piece last week. You may be able to fill me in more, but I think there's
the Blue Oval.
That's what
the name of the brand, but a Blue Oval maybe.
That's what I saw, and to think about the possibilities of that and your article and what Ford may be in store for. Clearly, they've developed a ladder. We're so fortunate to sanction the Mustang Challenge series, which again, if you're watching YouTube, you can tune into so many different series during an IMSA weekend. Live. And then of course they've got the GT4 Mustang that's in Pilot Challenge. They got the GT3 car. Maybe they're gonna put the cherry on the cake with the GTP program. We certainly hope so.
We haven't even gotten on track yet, but there's a lot going on here at IMSA. Thanks once again to Jonathan Grace, our new team member here on our behind-the-scenes videos, IMSA, YouTube, and all our socials, and the guy who makes all this possible, John Doonan, everyone's favorite IMSA president. Watch us this season on NBC and Peacock. Be sure to subscribe to IMSA on YouTube and enjoy our brand new IMSA Endurance Hour podcast. And if you're interested in digital activation in motorsports, visit IMSA.com/partnership.